Yeah, I'm having problems with my mouse. It seems to want to do what it wants to do and not do what I want it to do. I think I'm getting ready to order a new one that's Hewlett Packard. That way the system's complete. Even my printer's Hewlett Packard. Took Linda to breakfast, and we had a good breakfast, good visit with a waitress we both are very fond of. Then we went and looked around a little bit. I took a photograph of, well, I can show you. I don't know that you can see it, and I emailed it to myself, but right there is an underpass. It's a big square, tall enough a man can walk through them to get under I-35. It was put there initially for people that had cattle to keep them off the roads. But since then, the state of Oklahoma went ahead and they eminent domained the property to either side of the interstate all the way back to the Sooner Rock Road, the access road. And that way nobody can run cattle on it. Now, they do let people bale hay off of it. But Linda said, well, I don't think that dog could get through there. The thing I'm going by, I have a buddy named Sammy Kaiser I've known since he was a child. And he actually told me he saw that dog going through that underpass. And I believe him. There were some dog prints in the snow going under it a while ago. The point of that is, got a guy here locally accusing Rosin, my oldest adopted son Dale's dog, actually it's his son Mason's dog, of biting this guy's wife while she was out running, and the dog ran up and bit her. It wasn't Rosin. And I have to go take a photograph here in a little bit and email it to myself. That black dog that looks just like Rosin actually bit. It was chasing my van, and like an idiot I slowed down so I wouldn't run over it. Well, it grabbed the trim on my running board. It comes up and next to my fender on my van, and he pulled a piece of it off. I had to turn around and go back and find it, and I had to glue it on the van and kind of patch it. But anyway, that dog, I think, is dead. Here about a week and a half ago, something like that, I was driving down Sooner Rock Road, and I looked up, and there was a black dog of some kind laying on the edge of I-35, and I think it got run over. I know where the dog was from, and they never bothered keeping it pinned up or fenced in or anything. And it learned to chase cars. I had a dog that I named Houdini, and I love that dog to death, but he could get out of anything. You could fence him in, he'd find a way through or over the fence. but he chased a semi and caught it up on I-35. He was a pile of goo for a long time, and I hate that. But that is neither here nor there on what I was going to talk about today. But like I said, Lynn and I went to breakfast, and then we went and I took some pictures of that, and I just emailed it to myself. And it's for a court date I got coming up in 4 days. On Wednesday the 9th, I have to go testify. Dale's being... they're trying to prosecute him for something he didn't do. Failure to restrain a vicious dog is the charge. Well, first of all, Rosin's not vicious. He's never offered to bite my wife. Dale's got him on an electronic collar that if he goes past the edge of their driveway, it shocks him. And the dog stays up there at his house. It's sad that that's how it is, because he used to come down here and play with my dogs, play with my grandkids. He's never offered to bite Aurora. I don't know about playing with the grandkids, but he'd come down and he would, before we got our big dog, Precious, we had Zara, and we had Jackson, and we had a little runt dog that's Linda's named Ollie, and those are the 3 we had. He'd come down, he'd sniff around, he'd play with them. He's got 2 other dogs up, well, 3 now. His stepdaughter got her one, but they played together too. And Digger would come down. He's a sweet dog, and I'd pet and love on him. The Digger's main problem was he'd kill chickens. If he could get them, he'd kill them. And that's a dog thing, and you don't kill a dog for that. I had a whole lot I needed to do in here today, and I'm probably going to here in a minute. I'll see if I can get Brandon or Benj to come out and help me take care of some stuff. I've got to get things situated in here, and that includes me taking care of business, basically, and getting things where it's easier to get around in here. It's nice and warm in here. Let me get a sip of water. It's a nice sunshiny day outside, but the side roads are still hazardous. Slushy ice, and the pie shop's open, and a few restaurants in town are open. The main thing I wanted to talk to you about on my vlog today is looking out for each other. That's something we all need to practice. It's not just your family, but your friends too. To get through some of the things that I think are on the horizon and coming up, you got to have a circle of folks that have your back, and you've got to have theirs. Praying for others is one thing you can do that really helps. I do an awful lot of that, actually. And I pray a lot. I'm not even going to make any other comment other than I do pray a lot. I've had so many people make a comment and private message on Facebook and elsewhere, would you please pray for me, and invariably always do. I'm still recovering from the virus. It's dragging on, but I'm older, Linda's older. We both have had some health problems, still have them. In March, we had to postpone her doctor's meeting simply because there's no way we could have got to Ada. The roads were iced over. Nick went to work today. I've got to call him in a minute and talk to him about something. But yesterday and the day before, it was an ordeal getting up our driveway. But I chummed it up enough in Linda's car that we got on up out of the driveway and went to Walmart and took a trip and did things. And like my friend Chris Kimball, Kimball, not Campbell, but Chris Kimball made a comment on the vlog in the comment section. That Navigator must be a beast. It pretty much is. We got some work to get done to it here within the next couple of weeks. My son Chris is going to be doing the work. I've got to get a hold of him and talk to him today too. I haven't had an opportunity to. But Linda doesn't want anybody touching her car but her youngest child. And that's fine. He's a superb mechanic. But after we get her car retrofitted and get new rubber on it and the front end rebuilt and aligned, one of the things I'm going to do after that shortly is find a bumper pull RV camping trailer. I want just a certain size. We've been looking. I don't want absolutely do not want fifth wheel. Want a bumper pull. And probably won't buy a pickup. If we've got a bumper pull, my van and her Navigator will pull whatever we want to pull. That Navigator surprised me. You take it out of overdrive, that thing is a beast, like Chris said. And it would do an RV just fine. The reason for doing that way you can park your home wherever you want to. If we get one that's completely self-contained, then all we have to do is, if we need to go somewhere rather than getting a motel room, just go ahead and pull that thing behind that Navigator and park it at an RV park. You get one that's completely self-contained. The other thing I want is one that has outriggers to stabilize it, and I forgot to tell her that. We've been looking at them, and I'm not going to borrow money unless I have to get one, but a lot of them, when you've got one that's sold brand new for $31,000 and in 2019, and someone's got one that's 3 years old and they're wanting $28,000, $29,000 for it, and that's not even the best kind of RV that we've been looking at. That's pathetic. It really is. And then there's another guy I know that has a fifth wheel one over in Dougherty, Dougherty, that looks pretty good for $3,000, except for the problem that I guarantee you there is a problem. I guarantee you he doesn't have a title to it. you have to have tags on those to pull them down the highway. And so we'll just keep looking. I don't want to get a motor home simply because Linda and I plan on living in the thing full time. Pull it up here in a pasture through that wall, set it up, have a buddy of mine come and flatten the ground, make me a pad, and take the pad and gravel it, and have an electric connection. One of the things I want to do is have a solar array on top of it and a good generator for your alternative power. That way you don't have to run an extension cord or a cord anywhere. And Linda and I have talked about solar power, and if we've got one of those, we'll just flat mount the solar array on top and get it and go. You know, if you've got a water tank with a water pump underneath it to go ahead and run your water, and it's got a water heater in it, and it's got air conditioning and a good refrigerator, that's all you need. I have a channel I watch called Keeping It Dutch on YouTube, and he's got the kind that I'd like to get, except that they've had problems with it since they got it, and they bought it brand new for about 40 grand last year. And that was my grandson Ashton trying to come in and steal something, notably a tea. But they've had problems with it. Things freezing. They're not built for inclement weather. That's another problem. Linda and I we've been looking. We're going to continue to look. It's kind of like window shopping, except that I have full intent to get something. Just got to get her navigator fixed first. My van, the only thing I got left to do on it mechanically is go get some tires on the back, and I'll take care of that here shortly. I've had a lot of things happen to me in my life. Some that are just about unbelievable. Well, they are unbelievable, and if I hadn't had family there when it happened, or witnesses, people would think I was the biggest liar to come down the pike. Well, I'm not. And I'm not going to go into the things that have happened, but I will say this. There is a lot more out there in the world than most people understand or realize. Most people are encapsulated. They have a job they go to, they come home. They get a shower, they eat some supper, they kick down in front of the television and they watch the boob tube. Or they go online and they surf the web. I have a young lady that I love with my whole heart that watches this channel. Her name's Shelly Dion. Right now she's having to take care of her mother, which is great. That shows her character. But she and David Talaga can tell you firsthand about the weird stuff out there because they deal with it more than I do. And there is more under the sun here on this planet than most people would even possibly believe. I'm not a believer in that stuff. I'm an experiencer of that stuff, and I'm not going to say what all of it is. I'm just going to tell you up front, though, if you knew what was running around in those woods at night, you'd never go camping again. And I plan on going out and filming a bunch of that real soon. I do have to buy some more cameras, and I've got a small drone I've not even flown yet. It's sitting on top of my computer. Being ill And when I was getting over the illness and getting ready to go ahead and test that drone and do a bunch of other stuff, the first thing that happens is we get a sleet, ice, and snowstorm. And this is the fourth day or third day of having that crap out on the road. There's always something that is going to interrupt what you want to do. E.W. Pletcher, my buddy Jerry's dad, had a saying, and Jerry lives by it, and it's a smart saying. It shows E.W.'s wisdom, but he said, no matter what you want to do, it's always going to take longer and cost more money. And that's pretty true. I've learned that firsthand on my own. Well, I do need to get off of here. This is Saturday. Yesterday was Friday, and I survived Friday. But I did a lot of my Friday stuff on Thursday because I knew that ice was coming and I wouldn't be able to get out of the driveway. And even though I did yesterday, and I'm doing part of what I needed to do yesterday this afternoon. I've dealt with a lot of setbacks on this filming thing I want to do, but I'm taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back on that project. At least I'm making progress. And that is what I'm trying to convey to those that watch this vlog. Don't get depressed. Don't give up. Keep at it. Mom and John, I love you with my whole heart. And folks that watch this, when I call Lori Sewell Mom, she's the only mom I've got left. My other mother died a couple of years ago. My dad died last year, so I'm not an orphan. I've got Mom. So Mom, thank you for being my mom. You might think I'm a little old to be worrying about that, but you never get too old to have a mother you can go to for advice or just love, you know. But Mom and my brother John in Noble, Oklahoma, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying warm. Let me get a sip. I know it's colder up there than it is here, but it's plenty chilly here. To my brother Michael Paul, I hope you're doing well. I really do. I applaud what you're doing with your life. I'm proud of you. To my buddy Chris Kimball, Kimball, in Florida, I sincerely hope you're having a good weekend this weekend, buddy. I get a few things done on her Navigator and get that RV. One of the things I plan on doing is doing a little traveling with Linda. I don't want a huge bumper pull trailer because it makes it difficult to go some places. I'm figuring about a 25-footer, 27-footer, something like that. That would be the ideal size, and needs stabilizers, and if it doesn't have stabilizers, outriggers, I'll figure out something. I'm good at that. But Chris, proud of you, proud of what you've done in your life and how you've conducted yourself. I really am. If folks on here don't know who I'm talking about, he's a Seminole tribe historian, stickler for detail, steadfastly honest, and Army veteran, patriot, and smart guy. Bragging on you. And to my friend Shelly Dion, if you see this, Shelly up in Illinois, I hope your mom's doing better. Love you, Shelly. Love everybody in your family. One of these days we'll actually get to meet. my buddy Monty, Monty, over in Lone, Lone, Grove, Oklahoma. I hope you're doing well. I hope you weathered this storm just fine. To my friend David Talaga in Illinois, I hope you're doing well. To my friend Jackie Brill, Sands, in Tennessee, I hope you're doing well. I really do. I've pretty much have to end it. An RV about this size, a little narrower, would do. Folks, I love all of you. I do. God bless all of you. And like that sign right there says, be kind. And I'll try to do this again tomorrow. I've just got so much to do today, so I had to make another short video, another vlog. Bye.